Mitt Romney did something very rare today, something he doesn't appear to like doing. He talked policy with actual reporters. Take a listen.
I don't say much to critics. I put out 59 steps for how I'd get the economy going, and I don't think I've seen any from the president that show what he's planning on doing. I've laid out my 59 steps, and take a look at them. I think you'll find them very specific.
Take a look at them. OK, we will. Joining us now is the Washington Post's Ezra Klein, a man who possesses one of the biggest brains in America. Ezra, we've all seen the video of Mitt standing with a bunch of tools talking about the economy, but rare is it that he also takes questions about his 59-point jobs plan. He says the president has released, and I'm quoting him, no jobs plan as detailed as his own. But neither of that statement is true, is it?
Right. That's not exactly accurate. Okay. Mitt Romney does have a 59-point jobs plan. I have read it. We can talk about that. Now, Barack Obama has the American Jobs Act, which in addition to having 41 points, I went and counted them today, is also a 400-plus page piece of legislation.
432 pages.
Vastly more specific than anything Mitt Romney has put forward. Now, that doesn't tell you which one is better, but insofar as Mitt Romney does not know that Barack Obama has put forward any specific jobs plan, it somewhat unusually suggests he has not been paying attention to presidential politics in recent months. And if he's not doing that, then I kind of wonder what he's doing.
That's a very good question. Do any of the major portions of his plan help create jobs here and now, in the immediate future? And I'm talking about the 59-point Mitt Romney plan.
His plan is primarily focused on long-term questions. And one way you saw that was today, the 4 points he emphasized, the 4 he mentioned to the reporters were he wanted to open up more trade with Latin America, he wanted to crack down on China, he wanted to cut the corporate tax rate, and he wanted to do the Keystone XL oil pipeline and assorted other energy deregulation.
All of those take, about 5 minutes?
Yeah, you can argue whether or not they're good policy or not. They're not jobs here and now. The main parts of the American Jobs Act, conversely, are hiring people to do infrastructure work, having state and local governments hire back teachers, policemen, fireworkers, firefighters, and possibly add to the rolls there, doubling of the payroll tax cut, and also a large employer-side tax cut, particularly when you hire new workers. It is easier to see how those create jobs and move demand into the economy now. The interesting thing about these two plans is you could actually implement them both simultaneously without any real fear of contradiction on either side. Obama's is short-term, get jobs moving now. Mitt Romney's is long-term, about the long-term tax, budgetary and regulatory environment in which jobs will be created in the future.
OK, Ezra, there isn't a tax, even at a cursory glance, that Romney doesn't want to eliminate. But I had a tough time trying to find how he pays for these cuts.
Yeah.
Very briefly, can you explain that to me?
He doesn't. I mean, very briefly, he has told CNBC his plan cannot be scored because he has not said at all how you pay for any of it. And these tax wonks I know think there's no way he'll be able to pay for it. And in order to make the numbers add up, they will assume essentially tons of growth, creating magical new revenues that closes the gap on the tax plan's behalf. But no, it is not paid for.
Ezra Klein, as ever, thank you, sir, for joining us.